Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I'm going to check out from Tarte the Shape Tape Cloud coverage. Retails for $39, available at Ulta. You get 1 ounce or 30 mils of product. I count 21 shades available on Ulta's website. I've got 16N Fair Light Neutral. This is described as an SPF 15 mineral sunscreen. Light as air formula, medium buildable coverage, bouncy cloud-like texture, feels comfy and weightless. Yeah, okay. Natural matte finish, looks and feels like skin. Tape technology to smooth and blur imperfections. Crease proof, it is vegan. They claim 24-hour hydration, 24-hour crease proof, 24-hour makeup. This bullet list of claims is kind of ridiculous. FYI, transfer proof, key ingredients, snow mushroom. Well, I would like the snow to go away, but anyway, helps hydrate, reduce inflammation, licorice, hyaluronic acid, squalane. I love me some squalane. Prickly pear, avocado aloe, vitamin E, castor oil for moisturization. Whole lot of claims, guys. Whole lot of claims. Before we hit swatches, though, I want to tell you, go check out my friend Jenny's channel. I will link her down below. My friend Jenny is the foundation lady, and she just started a new channel all about foundation and only about foundation, and she's a brilliant storyteller, and she's awesome. Go check out Jenny. And then we'll check out some swatches of Shape Tape Cloud. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from Tarte, the Shape Tape Cloud in 16N Fair Light Neutral. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. Fourth is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in shade Fair. And last, from Misha, I've got the Perfect Cover BB Cream in shade 21. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 47-year-old face. I have primed with the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer. I don't like how much this smells like coconut, but I don't really like coconut. Let's check this one out. I'm going to use a damp e.l.f. sponge on one side, my LaRousse Kabuki on the other. We'll see if there's a preference. Let's check this one out, shall we? Looks like... Girl, she thick, she thick, she thick. They say to use a dime-sized portion in the instructions. Does that look like a dime-sized? That's about a dime, right? It was about like a pump and a half. Not quite two. Not quite two. Oh, it is kind of like a whipped sort of a texture to it. We'll do two sides. One side first, then we'll see where we're at. Let's start with the sponge. They do, in the instructions, they say to use a brush, but sometimes they just don't give full instructions, and if you want to use a sponge, it's fine, so that's why I test both. Totally just got that in my hair, because, you know, that's where it's supposed to be. This looks pretty light on the coverage when we go in with a sponge. I'm looking at my half and half chin. There's a little bit of redness correction. Seems like a bit of product has soaked into the sponge, so that might be part of why they recommend a brush. Let's try the brush side. See if we get any better coverage over here. I do like how this is blending out. It feels, what is the word? Because I don't want to say, I know people don't like the word that I'm thinking. I don't want to say watery, but you know the word I'm thinking if you don't like that word. I won't say it, I won't say it. It feels light, it feels, I don't know how else to say it without saying that word, but I won't say it, I won't say it. I do think the coverage is a little more full coverage. It's not full coverage, a little fuller of coverage on the brush side as would be anticipated, but still see my blue blood vessel coming right through here. Let's take what I got left and see if we can build up this side a little bit, cover the blood vessel, even out the coverage, get my red chin covered a little bit better. And my upper lip seems to have no coverage, so let's try and even it out. It does seem to build a bit. My sunspots over here are hiding away. I can barely see them, so I think that did increase the coverage just a little bit there. Let's tap out the blue blood vessel. Still slightly visible, but it did improve the coverage. So I would say, yes, this is buildable as they claim. Let's get the forehead blended. All right, let's see where we're at. So I keep going back to my pore areas right here. These I have pores like to the side of my nose because I feel like it almost wants to smooth them out. That there are squirrels chasing each other around a tree right out my window. I do love this house, you guys. But my pores are visible, but I feel like they want to be covered. I'm gonna I had a tiny bit left on here. I'm gonna see if it's just a matter of adding a little more product to those spots and see if this really is going to blur them, because I feel like we're on the verge of blurred pores. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but we're on the verge of them being blurred. I think at a distance they look more blurred than they look up close, but let's just zoom in and take a look at this one. So in terms of coverage, I would say you can get this up to medium. That seems to be about where we're at. We're kind of on the approaching medium state right now. The finish, I would say, is leaning toward a matte finish, and it is doing some nice smoothing slash blurring. The product is not settling into lines. It's not caking up between my eyebrows. It's not making my forehead look dry, which some matte foundations tend to do on my micro wrinkles. I feel like I'm just like a smidge away from that level of product invisibility. Like I feel like I can see it just a little bit sitting on the skin, but I also think maybe it'll kind of settle down and warm to my body temperature, and I think it might. It's not bad. It looks really, really nice, but it's like there's just a little hair away from me being like, wow, this looks amazing. It looks nice. It looks really nice. But I need to see less makeup, if that makes any sense at all. But I don't see much makeup. I don't want to make this sound like I don't like it, because I do think it's very, very pretty. We'll see. We'll see how this warms up. What time is it? It is 1:03 p.m. Let me put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. Back with the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud. It makes me think of, doggos that are clouds. I wish I liked this as much as I like doggos that are clouds. It looks really kind of dry, and I've tapped out some settling. It's settling into my Meredith Grey wrinkle. It's settling into my 3 main forehead lines. I've tapped them out a few times. It keeps settling into them. And I feel like, well, if you caught Wednesday's video, you saw the hot mess that was my attempt to wear the Jaclyn concealer. The Jaclyn Cosmetics concealer. So I did end up high Ziva, removing that and then applying more of this foundation, because I'm recording it the same day, under my eyes. And it's not bad under my eyes. It does look a little dry, and that kind of made me realize what the word is, that it's not that it's necessarily sitting on top of my skin. It's that my skin looks a little crepey, just a little bit. But a little bit is too much. I don't like it when my skin looks crepey at all. Don't like it at all. So I found as I was applying my makeup, I was like going a little heavy-handed on the bronzer, trying to hide the crepiness and make a shadow there. I was going a little heavier on the blush, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, no blush, because minimal blush, minimal. Not a big blush fan. So that's not my favorite thing. But I think at a conversational distance, everything looks okay. I'm enjoying the dead of winter. I'm looking forward to the fact that the days are starting to get a little warmer, and this should be as pale as I am the whole year. She's purring so loud. I bet you could almost hear her. Oh, this cat. She's something. She's something. You're something. You are something right there. Say hi to your fans. Every day. Every day. She thinks she's tiny. She thinks she's a baby. She's huge. Chunky. She's not a baby. She's chunky. Okay, you gotta get down. So, on the rest of my face. No surprises. I put them away. I usually keep them out to show you. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Matte Bronzer. This is shade 2. Clarins Jolie Blush in Cheeky Baby. We have Natasha Denona Super Glow in the lightest shade Fair. Do you guys feel like there haven't been enough new eyeshadow palettes coming out? I feel like I want more eyeshadow palettes, please and thank you. Although I think Natasha Denona just released a new one. I have to go look. Like a pastel one or something. The shimmers looked really pretty. Natasha Denona Retro is on my eyes right now. I'm testing a mascara. Been wearing it for about a week now. It's from Maybelline. It's called the Colossal Curl Bounce. And I like the packaging, but I will say that I don't think it adds any additional curl that my lash curler didn't add. And I don't think it holds a curl any better than any other mascara. Now, I do have notoriously fussy lashes in the sense that they like to stick straight out of my face. They don't like to hold a curl. However, that would make you think, you know, I would be the target market for something with curl in the name because I struggle with the curl in my lashes. So I'm going to say pass, skip. I mean, it's fine, but it's just like regular mascara and it's not even my favorite thing. So I'm going to say skip this one and go get you some Lash Warrior. This has been my crush lately. I've been crushing on this hardcore. This one, and you know I love the CoverGirl Exhibitionist line. The one I'm on right now is the Stretch and Strengthen, but I love them all. I've tried all of them. I've gone through at least a whole tube of all of them. I'm probably almost out of this tube. Grab one of these. That curl bounce, it just doesn't seem to do anything related to curls. Lip is also not a surprise. My Flower Beauty lip mask. This is the shade Supernova. Doesn't really match my eyes, but I'm about to eat a sandwich and then put on a mask, so nobody's gonna see my lips, except for you guys. And you know, I love yous. We're besties, so you're not gonna judge the fact that I'm wearing a gloss that doesn't match my eyes. Maybe you will. I never pretend that I'm a beauty guru. I'm not a beauty guru. I just am not. I'm just a normal person who loves moisturized lips. All right, now I'm just way off the deep end. All right, that's where we're at. I'm gonna go about my day. I goes to work, and then I will have a daylight check-in, and then I will come back, and we'll see how this one goes. See you in a bit. Well, guys, I completely lost track of time. So you get a parking lot light check-in instead of a daylight check-in. I'll try to keep the shadows. There's a light above me. There's a light over there. It just still looks a little dry. The coverage looks great. Claiming that this is transfer proof. If you take a look at my nose, I had to blow my nose, and a lot of product came off. So they didn't say transfer resistant, they said transfer proof, and it's not transfer proof. Here's my mask. I just got out of class. There's not much transfer, just a little bit, mainly along the cheek area where that mask goes. But even so, if it's transfer proof, there shouldn't be anything on my mask. So not so accurate on that claim, at least in my experience. And I actually did apply some setting spray. I used the Nikki Tutorials Nimya setting spray, which I really like because it just looked so dry. I needed to try something to make my face not look so dry. And maybe I'll get less shadows this way. Oh, no, more shadows. So that's transferring even with setting spray. So anyway, that's where we're at. You know, I don't hate it, but we'll see how we look in a few hours. I'll be back tonight. 11:09 p.m. That puts us right around the 10-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the upside down Tarte Shape Tape Cloud coverage held up. Nothing's changed. The finish stayed true to a matte finish, so that's good. I don't think it's transfer proof. I wouldn't even really call it transfer resistant. It's a little bit transfer resistant, but I will say, super comfortable because I almost went to bed without filming this outro. That would have been bad, because then I'd have to wear it all over again and be sad. Let's just zoom in and get a good look at this thing. So, around my chin, my mouth area, I feel like it's getting that scaly look, like where the product sort of bunches up and kind of scales along any skin that might be a little more dehydrated than the rest of your skin. There's not much product left around my mouth area. It was settling into lines earlier. Now it just looks like it's cracked along my smile lines and my Meredith Grey wrinkle. Ignore the tip of my nose. I did have to blow my nose a couple times. That's user issues. Winter. Blush bronzer highlight is still in place, but I can distinctly see where the product is no longer on my skin, right along the line where my mask hits my face. So that's where that whole transfer proof thing is just not really a thing. It's a little clingy to the texture between my eyebrows. My forehead looks older than it is. It's just kind of what happens when this is not dehydration, because I think my skin does feel pretty hydrated. It's the sort of crepiness from the dry texture of the foundation, and in a couple spots the foundation is sitting on top of my skin, kind of bunching up there. So it's, I think you get away with it at a conversational distance. If it's just, you and me sitting here like this, I think you can't really tell so much, but up close it's not super cute. On texture, on lines, it just looks a little bit crepey. And granted, I have crepey skin, especially on this side of my face, and it's more obvious over here than it is over here. But this is testing for dry and maturing skin. For dry skin, I think you're fine. It's comfortable, it feels hydrating. Maturing skin, not so much, not a fan so much. Because you can get away with it at a conversational distance, if I had to give a grade to the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud coverage, I will give it a C, but it's got to be better close up for me and this guy to have any closer of a relationship than average. We're going to call it average. It's a C. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Check out my friend Jenny, the foundation lady. She's wicked cool. She is normal, just like we are. Well, I mean, she's weird like we are too, but she's normal. She's not weird. I'm weird. She's really more normal than I am. But she's a cool chick, and is that even a thing anymore? Who says that? Where did that come from? That came from my like 12-year-old self. Go check out her channel. It is foundation and foundation only. And I love how she tells stories, and her format is a lot of fun, and her dog is adorable. And say hi to Norm for me when you go over there. All right? Let me know in the foundation comments. Let me know in the comments what... See, I almost went to bed. I'm ready for bed. I'm so done, you guys. Let me know in the comments what foundations you would like to see next. Can't speak anymore. Yes, I plan to pick up the new NARS. That is on my list. I do have the Jaclyn foundation, which after trying the concealer on Wednesday, I don't have high hopes for the foundation, but we will find out. That's a spoiler. If you didn't watch Wednesday's video, you can probably tell from the thumbnail. You might know I never do spoilers in my thumbnails unless it's really bad, because I don't want to waste your time. I've also got the L'Oreal Skin Paradise Tinted Moisturizer. Do you guys want to see this? Of course, it's a tinted moisturizer, so it's probably not super high on coverage, but let me know. I also have the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Whipped Matte Makeup. Also kind of expecting this to be a hot mess, but I'll try it because, you know, I'll try anything once, right? Let me know what you guys want to see. I don't know what else I have, but let me know what you want to see. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Come back twice a week, every week for new videos. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.